What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. If you were like me, you were definitely at the stage where in your fingerboard progression where you just can't land any tricks. All you can do is really throw the board in the air. That's why today I'm going to show you the 6 easy fingerboard tricks to learn. Now, these tricks are super easy and you can learn before you even know the Ollie, except for the Ollie, which I'm going to show you later in the video. But the first one is a shove it. The shove it is just literally a half board rotation and then you catch it. And it's not like a pop shove it. You don't have to pop in the air. You just have to slide the board to make it do a 180 under your fingers. As you can see here, here's a few examples on how you do it. Super easy trick and it looks pretty cool. So how you're going to learn it is you're just going to use your back finger to pop down, and you don't have to pop too much. You just really want to pull it back. So you want to use your fingers and just like keep your one steady in the middle of the board, and then use the back finger to pull it back, and then that should make the board rotate. And as you can see here, that's a little demonstration of a pop. You don't really even need to do that, like a pop shove it. Really all you need to do is just slide it like that and then land it. And it's kind of like a revert, you just don't move your fingers, which a revert is just a 180 with your finger staying on the board the whole time. But yeah, so you just want to really practice flicking their back finger back as hard as you can. That'll give you the rotation, and you can even almost 3-flip in that, which is just a 360 with the board. But you just want to catch it at a 180, and then you can do a shove it. Just practice this motion until you get the hang of it, and then that's about it. So the next trick that we have is called a caveman. Now, it's really just dropping the board and landing on it. I know it's super basic and you've probably never seen this one before on a fingerboard, but I think it's pretty cool, and yeah, it's kind of weird, but it's cool too. So how you want to do this trick? All you want to do is really just have the board between your thumb and your pointer finger, and have your guy basically like standing on the ground, and then you just want to kind of throw the board out in front of you like you would a normal skateboard if you're doing a caveman. And then just catch it with your fingers like you would stomp down an Ollie after doing an Ollie. And you can combine it with some other cool tricks like kick flips, shove it's. And that brings us to our next trick, which is a half impossible. Now, I've never heard it called this before, but I don't know what it's called, so I'm just going to call it a half impossible. So this is a front finger impossible. That's basically what that demonstration is, and that's a back finger impossible. Basically, the board just rotates around your finger, and it kind of looks like that. So I'm just calling this a half impossible because you just kick the board up to your finger and flip it over. Now, here's some stationary examples of it, and you can really do it stationary or moving. Moving looks a lot cooler, just so you guys know, but you can definitely do it stationary just to practice and then build up to doing it moving. Super simple trick, but it's also very easy, and you can learn it literally in a few minutes. Just have a little bit of finger coordination, and of course you can mix in a few cool tricks with it. And you can also do it with your back finger. I think it's a lot harder to do it this way. As you can see, I kind of struggle with it, but it can also be cool and give you a little more momentum. And the next one, this may sound familiar, is a Nollie shove it. It's literally a shove it, which you already learned earlier in the video, just with the front of the board popping down first. So what you want to do is you want to take your front finger, your pointer finger, and you don't want it in the back of the board, you want it in the front of the board. So you can pop in the front of the board and then just throw it around like that. And it doesn't have to be a pop shove it, which is the board going in the air. It can just be a shove it where the board stays on the ground and just slides. And that will make it much easier, even though pop shove it's may look a little bit cooler. But this is really going to be sufficient for what you guys are learning right now. So yeah, you just want to basically flick your pointer finger again, not like shove it where you flick the back finger, but you want to flick the front finger. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. And this will create the rotation for the board to do a 180 and then catch it. And just do the same progression that you already did for the normal shove it. Here's a slow motion of it. And the next trick we have is a cigarette flip. Now, these flips I can actually do on a real skateboard, which means it's super easy, believe me. If I can do it on a real skateboard, it's easy. So basically all this is it's just sitting on the ground like this sideways, and you just basically flick it up and flick it around to do a 180, and then you just knock the board down to its wheels, and then you just land on it. Super easy, very simple to learn, and you can definitely use this to basically set up for any trick that you guys want. Just this cool little start to any trick. So you're just basically moving your finger around the board like as you can see here, and once it gets to here, you just flick it up, and then basically just land on it. So you just make it go around, flip it up, and just jump on the board, and then you can go either way you want, whichever way you want your trick to go. If you want to go Nollie, or if you want to go fakie, or just normal. And yeah, that's about it for that trick. It's super simple. You can learn it in a few minutes, and it looks pretty cool. Now, the sixth trick we have, the Ollie. Now, I know I said you don't have to Ollie to learn these, but I'm sorry, I lied. The last one is the Ollie, which I think is very, very important to learn, and I already made a tutorial for it, so go check that out if you haven't yet. So basically, how the Ollie works, I'll show you right here. You just want to pop the back of the board down, and that'll make the board kind of jump in the air, and then just really practice popping it and twisting your wrist. And then from here, the board will be in the air, and you just want to slide both your fingers up to the front of the board like this, and then it should even out the board, and then all you have to do is just stomp it down from there and make the board go to the ground. Now, I'm just going over this real quick because I already made a tutorial for it, and you guys can go check that out. It's probably the last video on my channel because I think I'm uploading this one next. But yeah, after this, you just are able to pop the board down, move your fingers up, and land it. And then this will be branched off into many different tricks, as you can see here. So yeah, that's about it for the Ollie. Go check out the tutorial if you want more. But what other tricks can you do with these few little flips? I'll show you guys with some of the ramps that I made that you can also check out on my channel that I show you guys how to make. So yeah, this is just a bunch of different little flip tricks that I do with a small trick set. But you can actually get pretty creative with these few tricks and do some pretty cool things. As you can see, I have a little median box here that I made. You can also check out the video for that. I have it on my channel on how to make it. And yeah, you can really be creative with these, do some pretty cool things. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video and it helped in any way, please be sure to like the video and subscribe. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.